Welcome into Nexomania Division 2. My name is Bahamut. On the left-hand side, we have ProBUs. No, it's ProBUs. With a Maiev, Hogger, Varian, Tassadar, and Anduin. Excuse me. A little too much tea. And over on the right-hand side, we got Can't Connect Stuns. We've got a Leoric, Genji, a Nubarak, Sylvanas, and a Lucio. Let's go ahead and check into our bottom lane. We got our level 1s up and ready to go. Get rid of the player visions, or get rid of the player icon, and let's go ahead and see what happens here in Braxis Holdout, map number 1 in our 3-game series.
Facility online.
And now that you're not sponsored, I should check them out. Yeah, no, Ball Street was basically, it was a esport online gambling thing. That's why there was no Twitch predictions for Season 4 of Hero CCLs, because we were sponsored by Ball Street, which Ball Street was the sponsor thing. But I guess, from what I heard down the road from people, like, Ball Street never, like, people never got prizes or whatever. I mean, the same thing happened with Duke Cannon, the soap company. Like they were super weird. The weirdest thing is, like, we tried to get them to come back for the a following season, and we were going to the marketing department. Ooh, I don't know if Sylvanas lives here. She's fine. We the marketing department went to Duke Cannon. They were like, hey, we literally have people in Twitch chat who are begging for us to run the Duke Cannon ads in the off time. Like, they literally want ads from Duke Cannon. Like, that is your best market right there. That is the best thing that you could hear from a potential sponsoree. And then they just ghosted us. It was wild. Yeah. We also tried to get the It Don't Stink guy for one of the Heroes CCL award shows. Like, we found him online and everything, and then I don't know what happened of that. It might have been a money thing. It's just, I remember there was a meeting where, someone was like, yeah, I found the dude from the It Don't Stink commercial. Like, people, we wanted to try and get him for, the CCL award show. We were gonna have him, present, the Duke Clean, squeaky clean play or whatever. I don't know, I forget what the name of it was. A Nubarak Burrow charges in. Ghost Dunk is going to be able to set some pressure up onto Ace, who will be able to get the blink away. Vaults of the Warden, not enough, and Maiev goes down. First blood over to the side of Can't Connect Stuns. That would have been great. It would have been. I don't know where it really landed. I'm assuming it boiled down to I'm assuming it boiled down to money. That's too bad about Duke Cannon. Yeah. Oh well. They had some cool products, but oh well. Either way. Varian, we're waiting to find out what he's going to go at level 4. The assumption will be Taunt, as he's looking to set up here as a main tank. Would also synergize with his son, Anduin. Nice job, Ektar, over here, my mod, keeping that sword raised up in the sky the entire time. Gotta always note that when the Anduin player gets that little feature. Genji gonna get pulled in by an Umbral Bind, and Shredded Wind will be shredded by John Bunyan. Please insert your ad directly into our eyeballs. No. Their naval supremacy so always had me chuckle. As I'm a Navy guy. Well, every one of their products, it's a small percentage of their sales go to veterans, if I'm not mistaken. I think they also employ veterans too. I think that is one of their big employment drives, is to employ veterans and to also donate back to them. They do have really, really good soaps and stuff. I just got different soap instead, you know. It gets, those bars of soap get a little cumbersome. Because they're quite literally giant bars of soap. Oh, I can't believe Leoric lived right there. I thought it was going to be a double kill onto the Sylvanas and Leoric, but it's not the case either way. The Zerg wave does continue in through the top lane, 51%. I thought Shoepuff or somebody was going to step up and try and... Well, either way, Leoric cancels out, or might have been canceled out of the Hearth back. Guardians and still some Lings, or excuse me, some Hydralisks are going to be getting great damage onto the fort. That will fall. Tassadar did clear out the bottom lane, and John Bunyan continues to auto his way through the bottom lane, as I think that's the disengage from top from Ektar and crew, as Genji gets some dismounting. Big ass brick of soap, yeah. You chop it into pieces. That's what I should have done, is I should have just chopped it into, like, thirds or something. That would have been way more manageable. A little slow from Leoric. Ace gonna get a Spectral Drain Hope applied. Not Spectral Leech, that's the talent name.
Zerg waves defeated.
Oh, I missed those events, but maybe we'll get some crazy fun events in the future with Stormgate, or maybe even StarCraft 2, who knows? Bottom lane gonna be opened up here. This will be the next wave for the Zerg. If the members of ProBUs can get the overall channel, they will get at least one. They'll get one Ultralisk and I think like a Hydralisk as well, as that was put into the game a little bit ago, so that way at least the losing team has some sort of counter siege. Otherwise, the map was just getting... The map back then was insanely, like... We talk about snowball on this map, like, that is when the map used to be insanely snowbally. Like, when the enemy would get no counter Zerg wave, so there's just no reason for there to be, like, a 1-4 split or any sort of split. It was just like, ah, you know what? We got the Zerg wave, we've got 5 members, we siege good. Heck you, we're gonna go ahead and just take down Fort Keep and maybe even go game. Good taunt onto the Anubarak, and that will be a kill onto him. We have a bounce and spin bounce from Hogger. Great combo from him with the loot horde on the ground and the staggering blow for the follow-up stun. Great double kill for the members of ProBUs. As we are approaching 10 talent tiers, let's go ahead, as always, cycle through the other numbers, get an idea of what those look like. We will have the Hellbats reducing armor on the fort. We've got those Goliaths, the Raven, the Marines, and even the Ghost sieging in through this bottom lane. Taunt onto the Genji, Shredded Wind trying to back away. It looks like the new target will be Ghost Dunk. Some body blocking coming in from Ace. Good Umbral Bind as well. Force Wall from the Tassadar with the Electric Fence will stop that bug from getting back home. And another kill onto Anubarak. Giant level lead for the side of ProBUs. It is going to be about a level and a half lead to the blue team as they continue to pressure the bottom lane. No real reason to leave just yet. The objective phase is spawning. They could send one back to go get the channel on the bottom point. Seems like it is just pressure that still wants to be applied with the available Raven and few minions in lane. Hellbat's cleared out by Leoric, making sure that no armor reduction happens to the fort front gate. Channel in the bottom is available. Maiev gets the top, but no. Genji delays things out. Shredded Wind going to get a few shurikens in. Containment disconnecting onto the Genji. Channel over to the side of ProBUs. 8-bit. Yeah, goodbye. Good 1-2 punch coming out from the members of ProBUs. I love the way that they're playing this, because you have... It's basically like everything plays off of each other. Staggering blow gets a stun, you can get a chastise, or you can follow up with a taunt, or an umbral bind, or even force wall, just creating terrain and blockage. Like there's a lot. This is a very, very good composition that was built by the members of ProBUs, and it just shuts down the hypermobility that the members of Can't Connect Stuns would have. You have a Anubarak who should be able to be quite mobile, getting around with burrow charges and such. And Lucio as well, push off, speed boost. Sylvanas haunting waves. Will the Forsaken later on is assumed. You have Genji with just his mobility between Swift Strike and the Cyber Agility. And then you have the Wraithwalk of Leoric. There's a lot of mobility on this team, and it's just so shut down by how this was built from the side of ProBUs. Just well played so far. Giving compliment to them as they have so far had control. And this will be another Zerg wave, this time bottom lane. Do we know who picked the map? I do not. Divine Star healing from Ektar, getting everybody topped off as we continue our watch of the Banelings. Baneling Watch! Ultralisk is going to start taking down some of this keep. There's going to be a light bomb on to the Varian. I don't know if it actually got someone there. I think it might have gotten a double stun. Doesn't matter. Cocoon onto Varian. He'll be cleared out quite quickly by John Bunyan, who's getting low. Getting some tanking. I think it was actually tanking a few of the core or the tower shots, reducing his armor down right there. Leoric is looking to step in for something right now. Haven't seen an Entomb just yet from him. It's available. 3 Guardians still remain, but it doesn't look like ProBUs will continue to siege. Maybe, just maybe, they're going to set up for a boss, or will this be a double camp play? Let's see what they do. I'm always curious because I feel like this one is the few maps that favor second pick.
Zerg eliminated.
Is there any way to tell by the Discord?
I'll show them some excitement.
No, 8-Bit posted them, but 8-Bit's also part of the home team, so I don't know. Actually, you know what? If there's a player in chat that knows, I did see 8-Bit in chat earlier, but if there is a player in chat that does know, that'd be very kind for them to tell us. Nice. See, there's that combo I'm talking about once again. It's just everything layers on top of each other. Well played. ProBUs picked the map. Thank you, 8-Bit. So that means first pick priority went over to the side of can't connect stuns. Boss, boss, boss! We also have the Mortal Wound at level 13 for the very end. Healing. Healing reduction, is it 30 or 35? 40. Good job. Hogger gonna get a little bounce back and forth on this camp over here. I think Ghost Dunk might be, yeah, Ghost Dunk's scouting this out, but still, the enemy's got a talent tier advantage. I feel like you just give this. The Hoggers, there's no way he's alone, especially after that boss did just go down. Okay. Leoric should be fine, actually, because he isn't... That's unique. Yeah, there you guys. I was holding my... I was waiting for a second, because I was like, there's a silence at the end of Containment Disc. So I was like, would the silence not allow Leoric to be able to get out of the Wraith Walk? Would he be stuck in Wraith Walk till it ends? I don't know, it's one of those things. Like, I was like, ooh, what's gonna happen here? Would it cancel it? Would it just lock him until the full duration and then it just, you know, auto goes? Either way. Taunt, combo, healing reduction, light bomb. But there will be a Wraith Walk out from the Leoric, so he's gonna be able to spooky walk out of that one. 9-1 in kills, 15-12 in our levels. We've got a camp on the core through bottom. The top lane keep down to about a third of its HP. Less than that as the Archangel is going to expire. The Containment Disc will expire as well. Ace going to get a Vault of the Wardens. Ghost Dunk not going to land the CC. Can't connect stuns. Can't connect much here. I mean, they're living up to their name. I don't mean it as a flame. I'm just saying they're living up to their name. Anyways, top lane keeps sitting on what? It's 528 HP. Youch. Oh, Zerg Pen is filling. We do have... Alright, they're going to do something here. Ghost Dunk and Krug. It's even talent here. It may not be even level, but it's at least even talent here. Invade onto the camp as Hogger was grabbing the Bruiser camp just above. Ace gonna get pressured, but the Spirit of Vengeance blink out. Sylvanas is pressuring. Oh, that's a lot of good damage onto the Tassadar, but Avarian kind of dissuades with the taunt. Cocoon onto Anduin. Tassadar on the far side will be able to burn that down. And Tomb from Leoric. X-Strike, Light Bomb, Containment Disc. So much going out right now. A little reverse amp action from the Lucio as the Sylvanas will fall. And it's a triple kill. 3 kills in quick succession to the side of ProBUs, and I think realistically they can just rush core and end with their top wave already there, but they're going to secure Zerg. Genji is going to harass. There's the chastise. Yep, there's the chastise follow-up. Yeah, I was about to say, even though it's a Varian Anduin, you gotta respect it. You gotta respect a Varian Anduin. There is quite a bit of threat that you can throw out with those two. Well, Hogger's already pushing towards core. No Hog Wild. Leoric goes down the top lane of the game. Wave is here. Genji and Leoric dead for 10-20 seconds. A Sylvanas to fall as well. Things are looking like that is it for the members of Can't Connect Stuns on map 1 in this 3-game series. This is not a best of, this is a 3-map series, so we are guaranteed 3 maps in total, this being the first one here on Braxis Holdout. We got the Zerg wave coming in. Lings will make it here first. Great Tomb from Leoric, but it's not going to be enough to stop the core from falling, as the Maiev is actually going to go through a Containment Disc onto Lucio and still just continue to hit core. GG, well played. Map 1 over to ProBUs. Not too shabby. Not too bad. ProBUs looking pretty good there in map number 1. Alrighty, looking good on pre-roll and all that stuff. There I am. Towers of Doom, map number 2. I like it. Alright, players didn't swap sides. Always like to see that. Oh, da-dun-dun. Score goes over there. What do we have here? What's in our drafts? Nah. Alright. Okay. We'll skip predictions, as I said, for this series here. I don't really feel like running predictions right now. We're just gonna enjoy the games and hang out and talk about random stuff while we jump into Towers of Doom, map number 2.
Prepare yourself for battle.
Towers of Doom, map number 2. These players don't know that Towers of Doom is the map you pick on an epic series. You are correct. Maybe they were uploaded in the wrong order. That does happen sometimes on the in Discord, I've noticed. Because there are some teams that'll label their games Game 1, Game 2, Game 3. Like, I'm looking actually at, like, Psystorm versus Baited by Tracer. Like, the order it uploaded is Game 2, Game 1, Game 3. And that's the order it went in, so... Sometimes it's like that, sometimes it just do be like that. Alrighty. Let's get into it. Towers of Doom, map number 2. They must have gotten confused. Yeah, it's very true. Or I chose the wrong map. Isn't that an illegal mount? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. That's the invisible horse. That's the illegal mount. That is the cosmic or celestial horse. I forget the specific name for it. Bounce around from Hogger to kick things off here on the mid lane engagement. Hook goes out onto Ace. The Zeratul getting a blink away right there. I didn't really introduce who we've got on what side, so my apologies. Let me go through that really quickly, as I was mostly reading Twitch chat during that moment. ProBUs is going to be having themselves a Hogger, Zeratul, Joanna, Chromie, and Stukov. A lot of really good poke, good blow-up mechanics here as well with the Zeratul and the Chromie in the late game. Over on the opposing side, Can't Connect Stuns will have themselves a Falstad, Brightwing, Stitches, Dahaka, and Genji. A lot of mobility, a lot of global factor, and some pretty good team fight, single target kind of isolation, if you will. See what I did there? Because Dahaka, isolation. Do you get it, chat? No? Well, it's because Dahaka has a talent at level 10 called Isolation. It's a heroic. What he does... Invade under the camp on the left-hand side from the members of Can't Connect Stuns. Zeratul has to blink away, maybe looking for an angle onto the Falstad in the backline, but does not continue to go for anything of the sort. I don't get it! Well, also because Stitches can hook people and then gorge them, which is kind of like isolating an enemy from their team. So there's this sort of motif of isolation. Even then, you've got the Falstad. So what we're actually looking like, in all seriousness, what we're going to be looking at level 10, in my expectations for this, is going to be hook into a gorge, gust away the enemy, Brightwing, blink heals to catch up to Ghost Dunk, the Stitches, if necessary, polymorph immediately when the Gorgee is ungorged, and then Genji X strikes on top of it. Dahaka can go ahead and utilize drag for further CC control. And Falstad also will be having hammering, burst ability, and he'll have armor reduction at level 7 is the assumption. So this is single target deletion, sort of, kidnap composition, if you will. That is, that is really the expectation of how things will go. 8-Bit should die right here. Okay, I was about to start screaming if 8-Bit didn't die. I'm like, one auto. I feel like being inside someone else is the least isolated someone can be. I mean, when Luke had to sleep inside that Tauntaun, he was pretty isolated. I wonder if Dahaka having a move called Isolation and Alien Isolate is an Alien Isolation joke. Since he kind of looks like a Xenomorph. Yes, I could see maybe Wildfire. Like, I could definitely see some inspiration for like Dahaka's character from StarCraft 2. I feel like definitely like the StarCraft 2 developers who worked on Heart of the Swarm, which I think is where Dahaka actually pops up in the lore. They might have been inspired by the Xenomorph, absolutely. I'm sure if you were to go through like art books and stuff, or like some sort of like interviews, I'm sure there's somebody on that team who's like, yeah, definitely, you know, got some inspiration from Alien. Speaking of John Carpenter, say what? Say what? Or wait, who chess? Tyranids? I don't know what those are. Like the name sounds familiar, but like I'm drawing a blank. I can't picture anything. Also, good morning, Chess. Chess, I heard back from ESL. A 40k bug war swarm race. I heard back from ESL. Yes, yes. So, the short of it is, there are way too many active English casters, and there are many people on the current waitlist, but they can put me on the waitlist for English casting. So I said, put me on the waitlist for English casting. Why not? I also noted that I was like, hey, by the way, like, I'm not also looking to do just one region. Like, I'm looking to also try and do coverage and casting for like Korea and Europe. Like I'll get up early and do some Korea casting sometimes. Like if that gets me up in the list a little bit, like sure, like absolutely I would do that. I like how I talked about all that during this fight that we just had. 2-1 favoring the side of ProBUs here as we have another objective phase coming up, and I assume ProBUs gets the 4 shots in as Falstad falls.
Not disappoint me.
That's exactly, Chess. That's how I'm looking at it too. I'm like, you know what? It's better than them coming back and being like, no, you need to play more games and reapply. Like, at least I'm on a wait list. At least I'm on something. And it's not like, nope, keep practicing, which we are going to keep practicing, because of course, it's been really fun to do StarCraft stuff. And you never know. You never know. You know? 20 English casters could be like, fuck StarCraft, and maybe then you know, it could open up tomorrow. I doubt it, but you never know. The core could just magically explode. I was looking at Hogger versus Dahaka in the top lane. Nothing major to note on that one. The devs have listed their chef inspiration for the Zerg as being the Alien and the Starship Troopers franchise, with lesser influences being the Alien from Ender's Game. The aliens from Ender's Game. I remember Ender's Game, but I don't remember the aliens, honestly. So long since I... Anyways, Concept Butter said no knowledge of Warhammer 40k when designing the Zerg. Interesting. Ace, dead. Genji chasing in. Shurikens will find the kill right there. John Bunyan will fall as well. And things have turned of the tables in favor for Can't Connect stuns. They are connecting quite a few stuns, hooks, all that good stuff. They had a minor role in Ender's Game compared to the... Oh! Because I listened to Ender's Game because there was a point when I was going to the gym back in Detroit because I had like a free membership to the YMCA after working there. So I was like, oh, you know, I'll go there. It's winter, whatever. And I would go there and I would run and bike and I would listen to like an hour of audiobook of Ender's Game. And then my dad, brother, and I went and saw the movie together and we all did not like it. The movie is... meh. It was It was not a good movie, no. I mean, there's people that like Sahara, but Sahara is a Clive Cussler book, and it's fantastic. It's the Dirk Pitt series. So you know how we were talking about like what is it? Tom Clancy is like the Jack Ryan of the John Ryan series or whatever. Clive Cussler is the Dirk Pitt series, which if you like espionage stuff, check out like. Oh, Sahara is such a good book. There's so many. There's a bunch of the Dirk Pitt series, and they're really, really, really good books. And Sahara is one of those books, and it is they absolutely made that movie a farce. Like Al Giordino is supposed to be like this like stocky Italian guy who's still supposed to be funny and comic relief. They made him into like an all-American just dumb boy, and I'm like, oh great, okay. Anyways, temporal loop onto the Brightwing face, or onto the Falstead. Brightwing will get the phase shift onto Falstead to try and save the moment as Stukov does get the kill. Zeratul will go down to the Falstead, but still Zeratul taking down Brightwing. X-Strike onto Shootpuff. Shredded Wind getting the last little bit of damage necessary as Ektar is looking to try and kill Shredded Wind. One auto, I think, from Ektar would be enough. Shield Glare goes out. Chromie, Lurking Arm. One auto. Ektar, one auto. Hit A. Okay, Ektar. Ektar. We gotta talk about this. There's this button on your keyboard, the A button, and you can press it near enemies, and your hero will attack them. Dirty Pits sounds like it needs to shower more. My dad is a huge fan of Cussler like writing, so that's we had a bunch of those books around the house. I remember I got grounded once when I was in like middle school, and so I read the book. I think it's Atlantis Found. I think is one of the first books I read of his. You really are an SC2 caster. I've unbound F2A. I've unbound F2 for my to like grab. I do have it on a different button, but I moved it off of F2. That way I can learn how to do base cameras, like Pig was teaching. They're always losing Atlantis. You know, it's crazy. It's crazy. Just I don't know. Maybe put like a tracking tag on it or something. But yeah. Anyways. The whole bit of Sahara at the end when they fall inside the ship and they find all the gold, they're actually supposed to find the corpse of Abraham Lincoln. And there's like this whole background story that happens as well about like this ship, and it's, yeah. Anyways, go read Sahara. It's a really good book. I really recommend it. And then go watch the movie and be angry. Or don't. But go read the book. It's really good. Massive shove from the Stukov allows Chromie to continue just to artillery this bottom lane fort. Fort, yeah, because we're not 12 minutes in. Cussler was the go-to for airplane books. You can read one about 3 hours. It's perfect for airports and flights. I wish I could read a book in 3 hours. My issue is that I have what they call the ADHDs. As you can tell, we're talking about books while we're casting Here's the Storm. No, I'm one of those people that, like, I'll have to read the same page 4 times because I'll zone out halfway through it thinking about, like, hey, when we land, I think there's a pizza place, and I'm, like, halfway through the page. So, yeah, that's... I'm very bad at reading books. I try and do audiobooks just because it's just... That way I can pay attention to it. Triple altar phase coming up. Hogger's gonna go to the right-hand side to delay out the Dahaka. We're 21 to 27 in core HP. 7 apiece in kills, and Hogger's gonna... Wow, that's actually a decent amount of damage onto the Dahaka. Does he have Essence? He's actually got no Essence to utilize here. We had the center point go over to the side of ProBUs. Next strike from the Genji. Shootpuff not gonna go for another delay, and John Bunyan sets up a time trap in the bush. Temporal loop onto Genji. Yeah, he's dead. Fantastic breakdown from me. Dahaka with the tunneling claws will be able to get away. Massive shove onto Ghost Dunk. Hortipultin from the Hogger. Loot hordes left and right. Great hog wild through the enemy team in... Oh, that was such a great setup from Shootpuff. Another hook goes out from Stitches, not connecting. You end up falling asleep when reading books. I just have the issue of I just start to think about other stuff. I'm so bad about that. Like even it, and it's not like the book is boring or anything. Like even when I reread the Resident Evil books, the S.D. Perry Resident Evil books, which are fantastic by the way, I zone out during those all the time. And it's not like, oh, I've read this before, it's whatever. It's like I just literally start thinking about pizza and stuff. But like,
Heroes, I have opened a tunnel
Yeah,
near our
anyways.
that leads to the battleground.
That's what I should just do, honestly, for the next, because usually what I'll do is I'll download like a podcast of like some tabletop show, and that's what I'll sometimes listen to on airplanes.
Slain.
Okay. No Gorge necessary for that kill, just catching the Hog out of position. Ghost Dunk and the rest rotating to bottom lane to try and find a 4v5 in their favor, but the enemy team has already backed off. Maybe you should read about pizza. Do you want to know what's funny? I have a book about pizza, and when I read that, I still zone out thinking about random other stuff like Heroes of the Storm in streams. I got like a history of like pizza book for Christmas one year, and it also had like, you know, the ways that different ways that they've made the dough and stuff over time. But yeah, just it's constantly zoning out.
The altars rise from the depths.
I mean, it's like even back during CCL, like I'd be casting with Grubby. Grubby would be talking about something, and I'd be listening and thinking about something else at the exact same time. Like there'd be the game in front of us, and we'd be having our banter and everything, and in the back of my mind, it's just like, yeah, after this series or after today's stream, I'm gonna go and walk Bandit. Like I'm gonna go say hi to some neighbors. Like I don't know. Nice check in the bush from the false stab with the hammering. Does have that armor reduction as I mentioned. Genji can't get the reveal onto Ace, but there's going to be a nice, not Vorpal Blade, I can't think of the name. Gustav from the Falstad to push people back. I think that was just trying to reposition everyone. Hook onto Ektar, who will be gorged away right there. Do we have any kill onto Ektar? There's no polymorph onto him. Hogwild through. Temporal loop onto the Falstad. So much on the battleground right now, as we have the lurking arm from Stukov, not gonna last long enough to get that sort of set up onto the Falstad. Not even enough damage. Ektar will go down as well. And the members of Can't Connect Stuns are connecting with tons of damage here. Cleave. I don't know why, but my brain wants to say like Void Slash or something Protossy. It's like Dahaka's level 1 enhanced agility. I always forget that it's enhanced agility because it's just such a simple name. Like you'd think it would be like Speedy Race Car Dino Boy. No, it's just enhanced agility. 2 minutes on the boss. If only Grubby were pizza. I mean, I'm not saying that I didn't have that thought, but I might have. Oh, Angry Gato, that is probably one of the best things about some audiobooks is some of the voice acting that you get with them. Oh, there's some audiobook readers that crush it when it comes to doing like just inflection voices, something different other than just someone reading a book to you. Sapper Camp for the bottom, 12 to 15 in the damage and core, 20 apiece in levels. What do we get for Stitches? What did he go? He went into Master Hooker. Oh, Ace almost going to be hooked right there if that blink didn't come through in time. Sappers will be cleared out from the bottom.
Once more, the altars rise from the depths.
Let's see, it's Dahaka clearing out the top. He still has a ways to go on that fort right there. Massive shove from Ektar. Hammering, poking out from Falstad, 66 stacks currently. Single altar in the bottom, Ghost Dunk looking for a blind hook. I'm checking for anyone wondering, Dahaka should have Brush Stock available. Yes, he's actually using it right now. Temporal Loop onto the Stitches. Chromie has the double Temporal Loop, so pull Stitches back again. Still, we will have Ektar, Ektar going down. Chromie to fall as well. Silk Grub a little low on the right-hand side on the Brightwing. Ooh, that's a very low Falstad, and the phase shift comes through just in time. X-Strike will land a bit of damage, and it's a triple kill onto the members of ProBUs, as this is 4 more shots into their core. Boss is up in 18 seconds. 8 to 15. Okay. Camp on the left is 1 minute away. Less than that, actually. 50 seconds. Ace. Ooh, yeah, Ace wins that exchange and actually might get the kill, but Brightwing coming through. This actually might be Ace biting off a little more that he can chew towards the end. Dahaka still just hanging out on top lane. Well, actually, he came back to top lane to continue working on this. As I had mentioned, the boss is up. I mean, it's a lone Joanna. I think you just take this. You could sit here and you could walk these sappers in. There's really this is optimal at this point. You could also break off from this and go help Dahaka and clear this out faster. I don't think he'll make it to bottom lane to still threaten those, but actually Falstead with the flight might. He's got Gust available. So yeah, this actually, never mind. So he's probably gonna, will he Gust for it? One sapper's already gone. One sapper's at like 10%. One's at 50, less than that. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I would have liked to see them just break off into top and help Dahaka faster. I would have liked to see that rather, but the Falstead being in bottom also does threaten the lane. They do get the camp, so it's a little bit of a split. Either way, Dahaka will finish out top. We have Hogger in the mid, as this is 4v. Ooh, another. I thought the hook would go through. But a single altar, a singular strike might be enough to end the game here. I also misread words all the time, like if I read like on my own. It's like epitome, like I have to reword, every single time I see epitome, I have to reread it like 3 or 4 times because I know it's epitome, but my brain's just like, eptome? Wind Tunnel Falstead pushes back the Zeratul, but he's kind of right next to the VP that he put down on the ground. We will see the Temporal Loop onto the Dahaka, as he will know that's a hook, a burrow, which will cancel that out. Second loop will pull him back in. Lurking Arm from the Stukov is going to be applied on the ground once again, but Ektar will fall. No more Lurking Arms to go out. Shredded Wind still healthy on the bottom side of this fight, looking for an angle here. Chromie going to get hooked and gorged. That's a low Brightwing to fall. We do have Joanna almost dead. Actually, that's Zeratul, excuse me. Misread the model on that one. Genji having to get the Swift Strike out right here. That's a kill onto the Falstead. It's a 2 for 3, and things are falling apart on the side of Can't Connect Stuns. It's called Normal People, and it's okay. Wouldn't have picked it up on my own. There's so many things that I just honestly, there's so many words that I have to like reread, and I'm like, right, yes, yep, that's the weird spelling. 1 HP and a dream. 1 HP and a dream. Can't believe it. Sappers got through the bottom lane is how that 3 shots do go in. Or the 3 damage does connect. Let's see. Double altar phase. I don't think boss will time out near it. What I was thinking is like if boss does time out really good here, which I don't think it will. I think the objective phase will be well and through, or well and happening by the time boss is up. But it could be 12 shots. Depending on how things line up here. Oh, Shoepuff might be dead. Yeah, Falstead coming in to help out right there. But maybe a counter kill. VP onto the Brightwing. Gust from the Falstead. Gorge Stitches grabs the Zeratul. Silk Rub's still alive. Zeratul gets a cleave. No, I can't believe it. Bottom lane fort does get converted. 3 sappers can be pushed in. I actually might have my timing wrong. This might actually time out just right. Nope. Haha, I had it right. But actually still, it'll be 1 minute or so. A little more than 1 minute. You know, this could be the game ending moment. If ProBUs can actually get like a massive pentakill with only 3 members, you know? You know, just easy. Just get a pentakill. Just tongue drag Dahaka, or oh wait, actually that's not too bad right over there. That will be Ektar almost going down. One interrupt onto the Brightwing on the right hand side. Ektar will not fall. There he goes. Ektar will fall. That actually is a huge moment right there for the side of Can't Connect Stuns, because I think they're gonna solidify this. There we go. GG's. It was close. It was close. It was fun. It was close. It was all over the place. And in the end, it is going to be the members of Can't Connect Stuns putting one up on the board. 1-1 between ProBUs and Can't Connect Stuns. Oh, right. Right, sorry. I meant to write this down in my, my notebook. I was writing down a bunch of sub-goal ideas yesterday. I have a shitload of sub-goal ideas now, and I thought of another one, when I was laying in bed last night. I'm gonna try and, I was noticing that they have a lot of paintings at GDQ. So I was like, what if I was talking about this in Discord, I was like, what if I were to paint, like, Anne Orlando? Like, what if I painted Anne Orlando, and I submitted it to GDQ as a prize? Like, I think that could be cool. So, yeah. I was thinking about it last night when I was laying in bed, how I would do it and everything. Okay, sorry. Oh, we also have, in February, we also have a 2-year full-time streaming subathon, and then we also have, which we'll have, you know, a lot of the goals for that as well. And then we also have our pizza-sponsored stream. We have a pizza-sponsored stream in February. On February 9th, on National Pizza Day. On National Pizza Day, we have a pizza stream. We have a pizza-sponsored stream. I will not be making pizza. I will be eating pizza on stream. Yes. What did I do before going full-time stream? I was a engineer in the realm of thin gauge fabrication and metals, so steel, stainless steel, and aluminum. Our main products that I was working on were guardrails and handrails, as well as ornamental like filigree and stuff like that, like design stuff that you put on a wall and spend thousands of dollars, and people go, yes, So yeah, and before that. Well, I was designing. So I was in CAD, and yeah, I was designing all of it. I was designing it, and I was also making like fabrication drawings and stuff like that. So you would have like here's a good example of like what I used to do. I can kind of show you what I used to do in MS Paint. Hello, MS Paint. There we are. All right. So like what I used to, so like if you had like a guardrail, so you had a guardrail. So guardrails would typically have, you know, you'd have your top rail, you'd have your bottom rail, and then you'd have like some sort of mesh in here. And then you would have like a tab for each, so the mesh could attach. And then there was usually like a frame around the mesh that you would then tack in through the tabs. And then the top rail, you know, was usually be tube steel, so you'd have something like this. I'm not drawing it very good, but you can see what I mean. And then you'd have like splice joints here. So then you would have like, so this would be like 1GR1. So this is on sheet number 1. It is guardrail, and this is the first guardrail on the sheet. So like if there was another guardrail here, this would be 1GR. I know my G's are weird. Don't judge me. So there'd be 2, and then so what you do after that is you would design it all on one page, and then you would literally break this into individual pieces. So you'd have like the top rail, and you'd have like cut sheets and stuff. So you'd have like the top rail, and this would be, and then you'd have like arrows to this on this sheet, and it'd be like, how do we used to do this? It was, it'd be lowercase, tube steel, 1A. So it's on the first sheet, and it's the first piece. I know, so it'd be like tube steel 1A. I know my writing's really bad with a mouse, but there you go. That's what I used to do. And then before that, I worked in an architecture firm doing 2D drafting, 3D drafting, and 3D modeling. I also pretty much ran the office, made sure that we had paper, made sure that everything got serviced within the office, make sure that the server ran properly, did small IT work in that office, all for a measly $16 an hour. I can see why it would drive you crazy. Is that the new Blizzard HOTS map editor? Yeah. Chicago-style Pizza Day sponsorship? God forbid, no, please, no. Yeah, I have some old drawings around here. I could maybe even show you of like what it actually looks like. Those jobs require a lot of thinking. Yes. So back when I was an architect, I went to school for architecture, and then I worked in an architecture firm for nearly 3 years, and I did all that shit and got paid $16 an hour. So I left there, and I worked at the engineering place, and so that engineer, like, I always feel like very pompous in saying this, but I feel like there is merit to the phrase. But like the stuff I did at the engineering place, it's not something you can just like graduate high school and go do. Like you got to have some experience within like the construction realm and stuff like that, and understand these processes and like understand. You also have to learn like that there are like caustic metals. Like there are certain metals that cannot be welded together because then they'll have a reaction on a chemical basis. A good example is steel. What is it? It's copper piping and what is it that you usually have in houses? Galvanized piping. If you have copper piping and galvanized piping meeting, what will happen is you get calcification within that, and then you can have explosions and stuff. So, yeah, exactly. And so like and when I was doing that engineering stuff, I got paid like $22 an hour, not even. I have friends, I know people that work at the local dispensary here, the cannabis place, and they're like, dude, that's like starting wage. And I'm like, and they're like, and you pretty much just have to be 21 to work there. Like, I'm like, yes, exactly. Oh, no one wants to work anymore. No, it's because people don't pay. Sounds like you had a good career and experience. You just love streaming. I had a shit career, my dude. I was getting paid $22 at an engineering place I had been for 5 years. The average drafter, entry CAD drafting in that realm of work is starting 25. I had been there for 5 years and I was making 22. It's a joke. People there treated me like shit. No, man. I hate construction. I have zero desire to ever go back to it. I'm jaded as all hell when it comes to construction. Honest to God, the best people that I've ever worked with in construction are the day laborers. Yeah, they can be a little abrasive. Yes, they can be a little abrasive, sexist, and stuff like that. But they are the most, like, they will actually treat you the best. What is a wage, right? Like, $22 an hour as an engineer doing that kind of stuff, it's laughable. Like, I was still, like, I wasn't living paycheck to paycheck, but I wasn't saving money. You'd like to hear about my favorite design project at some time? My favorite job I ever did was visioneering, which I can tell you about after we talk about this next game, because I've been sitting here waiting to get into this, and I went on a tangent about my career in engineering. Maybe you worked for a bad firm. Okay. Okay. All right. It's a lot more than that, BG. It's a lot more than that.
The battle begins in 10 seconds.
I've worked for a couple different people, and it's just, no. I haven't found a good architect or engineer I haven't worked for a good architect or engineer in nearly the 10 years I was in construction. I honest to God, never worked with anyone that gave a shit about anyone else but themselves. It is surprising. I mean, even my favorite job I worked on, I designed something and I was given credit with it in the office, and when the client was talking to the guy who is like the project manager for it, they were complimenting in earshot of me about how much they loved the thing that I designed that he, quote unquote, designed. Even though in the office he kept telling me how much credit he kept giving me. I mean, that's a simple example of that kind of shit. Oh, yeah. So, anyways. I enjoy streaming a lot more. I don't wake up every day regretting my life, you know? Or, you know, I don't wake up every day going, God damn it, I gotta sit in front of Cat all day. I don't think that anymore. Now I'm just like, hell yeah, brother, I hope my internet stays online. I mean, that's just design realms. Like, it's constant. People will always take credit for what you do on the higher ends of stuff. Well, either way, we're here on Infernal Shrines, map 3 in this 3-game series. In the Nexomania Division 2. Of ProBUs versus Can't Connect Stuns. We got ourselves an Alarak to keep an eye on over here. Ace is going to be on that Alarak. We'll be watching that sadism rise, or we'll be watching that sadism fall. We'll have to see. We will see Show of Force. I was waiting to see what we're going to get at level 4 here. So this is going to be, essentially you have to hit all 3 of your basic combos, or your basic abilities, so your Q, W, E, onto an enemy, or enemies I believe it is. Like, you could actually hit this on 2 enemies and you get 4%, but for every time you get that combo, or you hit all 3 basic abilities onto an enemy here within 2 seconds of each other, you will deal additional damage and you increase your sadism by 2% up to a maximum of 20. So right now, Ace can max out at 150 sadism total. He can gain an additional 30% from the baseline sadism, 3% per takedown up to 30, and then he's get the additional 20. Now, there are other talents that he can get later on. Rite of Rock Sheer, Pure Malice. The level 13s, essentially, are going to be the next jump in Ace's potential. But we got a ways to go. We'll see if he can find 10 kills. 10 kills will push him into the realm of that 30 for the baseline, and then we'll see how Show of Force goes. We'll take a look at that, because there is a way to break it all down and see where all the sadism comes from a little bit later on, as we are looking at level 7s in just a moment. I'm going to pull away the talents so we can take a look at this engagement a little bit better, because we got some players clearing the objective and a few players looking for some pressure onto Alarak. But Ace is A-okay, and this will be a re-engage. Now, Ace, where is he going to be able to step into this? We do have Silk Rub on the backside over here, trying to get those chain heals from a distance, not wanting to get comboed or taken out of position. A lot of damage onto the Leoric, but he will not fall just yet. 26-16 in Skeletal Defenders, rising rapidly for both sides, but more so to the side of ProBUs as they do grab this Mortar Punisher. Bottom lane, first one of the game. Hey, what's up, Hector? How you doing, bud? Dude, there's a guy in this game who stole your name. You should report them to Blizzard. I don't know who this Ektar guy is. He keeps pulling Anduin's sword up in the air for some weird reason. You should report this dude. NGS doesn't police Nexo activities. Yeah, but this man's making a mockery. Last game, this Ektar player just kept dying on Stukov, like, left and right. It was almost like it's like they were bad at the character. I love you, Ektar. I hope you're having a good day, bud. I'm just teasing. Thanks for swinging through. I appreciate it. Report to Blizzard, not NGS? I mean, that's where I was assuming we were reporting to. Because we know how many people are working on this game at Blizzard. I think Ghost Dunk... Oh, actually, Ghost Dunk is fine because Shredded Wind's got... Yeah, minigun. Also, NGS doesn't report for... being bad. NGS doesn't report being for being bad. Wink. Huh? What? Man, I know it's Sunday, but damn, it's not even noon, bud. I need to go. You're fine, Hector. It's alright, just grab yourself a beer. I'm probably gonna do the same thing soon. But I do want to say this to anyone who's a StarCraft fan.
Good news, everyone.
StarCraft fan. I did find a tournament. I actually found a tournament that's going on right now, and we're going to be kind of sinking our teeth into that throughout the upcoming weeks. We found a grassroots StarCraft 2. It just popped up on my Twitter feed. So we'll be checking out some of those games today. I have access to all of it. I talked to the dudes. They're all for it. One of the guys messaged me and was like, "We also do in-houses and stuff if you want to check out those." So like, oh. So yeah. You're excited to say, yeah, me too, BG, me too. Chatting with us and playing the game at the same time can't tell me Ektar isn't talented. Well, that's why he died so much on Stukov last game, because he was I wish he was in chat last game so that way we could use that as the motif, but no. He's a talented healer. Look at that boy go. Oh, it does no, this doesn't reduce sadism. I'm thinking of a different talent. That's applied force, right? Yeah, this is hindered momentum. Motion. Last game he was sleeping and playing. Yeah. It's almost like Wild how Bandit can, like, he's sleeping on camera, but he's currently like doing all the moving of the camera around, so I can sit back and drink tea. Hey Rommel, thank you so much for the redemption. If I forget at the end of this game, please remind me to do so. Casting or playing? In the tournament, casting. I'm not good enough right now in StarCraft to start playing in tournaments. I still have a lot of learning to do. And that's the reason I was also trying to find some sort of tournament series to cast more, so we could also watch players. And that's just, it's the way that I learn. So I thought it'd be also a good way for me to learn. It'd be content for all of you. It's more casting content. Great telekinesis from Ace to pull in a few. Jet propulsion from Ghost Dunk does connect on to Ace. Ace getting low here on the Alarak as the Riptide from the Junkrat does come through. We do have a counter-strike from Ace as well. Hogger jumping to the top, or bouncing to the top of this objective area. 17 apiece actually in the Skeletal Defenders. Quite close in the race. It's going to be very close. It's 20 apiece right now. They are just killing Skeletal Defender for Skeletal Defender as Jet Propulsion is going to get Ghost Dunk out. We do have a Wraith walk out from the Leoric as he's going to try and mop his way out of that. He drops the Entomb right behind him, but Leoric will fall, Ring of Frost from the Jaina, and that is going to be Tychus rocketed off the map up to the left-hand side. Ghost Dunk getting very low. Junkrat's got the damage onto the Jaina. One more auto, and yes, it will be there. Alarak getting the last auto right there as well. Let's go ahead and take a look at Alarak's status, and while we had that quadra-kill just happened. Let's see, there it is. 18% from takedowns, and 12% from show of force. Telekinesis kill. It was. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Hey, what's up, Eddie? Bandit does your camera work? Oh, Bandit does everything on the stream. Have you, like, if anyone's noticed, like, I've started playing StarCraft 2, like, on ladder, and I've won a couple games. That's all Bandit. I made a whole tweet about it at the start of the year. How much damage does telekinesis do? I am curious. It's got to be a little bit, not much. 83 damage. Nice. Telekinesis kill with 83 damage. You saw that tweet? There you go. Yeah, exactly. Oh. Oh, my posture's bad today. I think I need to get an ice pack soon. Chastise will connect on to Ghost Dunk. Punisher's still pushing its way through the top lane. You also have to multiply the flat damage by the sadism. Oh, sure, but we're still talking. We're talking about a little bit of damage. A little bit of damage. We're not talking about a whole lot. It's just the point. It's like getting a kill. It's like getting a kill with like Shade Mephisto. Like Shade Mephisto does a little bit of damage. Drag is always the thing that always throws me off guard about how much baseline damage Drag does on Dahaka. And paralyzing enzymes, like we rarely see people take the Gambit talent for Dahaka, but paralyzing enzymes, like around level 20, if you don't lose your Gambit stacks, and you land a Drag around level 20, you're dealing like somewhere in the ballpark of like 1,000+ damage with the damage over time and the baseline damage together. It's quite wild, like how much value you can get with it. But of course, you're giving up other really, really good talents at that level. When you're getting rid of, I think you're giving up Feeding Frenzy is I think one of the trade talents at that level. Getting a kill with Dwarf. Yeah, Dwarf Toss is super satisfying. Even Urel's Avenging Wrath. Getting an Avenging Wrath kill with Urel is so good, too. Just that kind of very, like, aggressive Goomba stomp. 146 total sadism for Alarak right now. He did go into Blade of the High Lord. Basic attacks against enemy heroes raise the sadism by 2%, stacking up to 40%. So that means that the total sadism for Ace right now, if my math is right, is at 190% is what he can max out at. 30% baseline, 30% baseline, 20% from Show of Force, that's 50, and another 40% from Blade of the High Lord. So yeah, 190%. Nearly maxed out on takedowns. 2 takedowns would max out that take down him out as we have a Hortipult in from the Hogger. This might be a kill onto the Leoric, and yes, it will be. Riptire from the Junkrat, kind of zoning back the enemy as the camp invade will come through. 92 in kills, 16 to 15 in our levels. I think the lowest damaging ability might be Hanzo's Scouting Arrow. I actually don't know that answer. I don't know that. It might be actually Lornado. It actually might be Lornado. Because I think Lornado used to not do damage, and then they added in, like, what, like 10 damage or something like that to it? Lornado actually might be the lowest talent. Old Joanna blind? Well, let's talk about current things. Let's not get into the mix of, like, what used to be. Let's talk about what's currently live, because I don't want to get down. That's a rabbit hole right there. That's a deep rabbit hole to go down. Let's talk about things that are on the current live and only patch we have. But I honestly think, yeah, I actually think it's Lornado from Decker Kane is probably the lowest. Alright, well, a camp to be grabbed on the left-hand side as well as in the bottom lane. Hogger getting some good bouncing around as well. Staggering blow onto the Nullpack camp, or the Impaler camp for the bottom lane. We are going to be seeing an Arcane Punisher for the mid, and let's have at it here between these two teams. Both of them have their fort still up and available. Fort front gates have fallen, but the side of Can't Connect Stuns do have a lower health pool on said fort, down to around, looking at the minimap, around to a third of its HP. Excuse me, 2/3 of its HP. Camp and top and bottom will be having some offset pressure. Commandeer Odin peppering into the objective area. I'm going to pull away the talents really quickly so we can see everything a little bit better as the Jet Propulsion connects onto one of the players. Ektar getting very low, drops the Light Bomb. It won't trigger because Ektar did die. We have a very low Leoric getting out of here just ever so slightly, getting some healing as well from some Spectral, from the Drain Hope, as well as the healing from the Rhaegar Riptire from the Junkrat. As Jaina and Anduin are traded thus far in the engagement, 8-Bit getting the Dwarf Toss in, lands the double Stormbolt with the piercing value post level 10. Alarak comes in as well. Ghost Dunk looking for Ace here. Ace getting low, Ace getting low, Ace getting low, but it's fine for now as we have Ace coming back in, throwing in a little bit of that extended lightning, or the lightning surge value. I actually think it's extended lightning. Let's take a look while this fight will be cleared up. Lightning surge, haha.
Team kill!
Top lane keep is going to fall in all of this. The death timers are long, but I don't think they're long enough to all rush top, take keep, go core. I think you just try and get more value on the map at this point, 14 minutes in. And we're about to approach 20s. I don't think I cycled through the other numbers. Let's go ahead and do that really quickly. I do want to check out Ace's stacking once again. 160%, maxed out on takedowns, maxed out on show of force. Another 30% can be gained from Blade of the High Lord, but we also have Hasty Bargain as well.
Blue team has destroyed a fort.
Oh, Lornado does 20. How much does Sonic Arrow from Hanzo do? Alright. Oh, great bunker down from the Blaze, but there's a Hogwald with the no control, the no control from Shoe Puff. Oh, my apologies, I actually meant to be cycling through the other numbers. Where are we at? There we go, somewhere around there. And the mid lane keep is going to be starting to go down here. I think we also will be seeing the core starting to lose some shielding from the Catus in the top lane as the wave through mid is... Yeah, Junkrat's like point blank in front of that structure. We got Ektar going down. Ektar will sacrifice himself right here at the end to try and showcase that, you know, maybe there's a chance. Maybe there's a chance, but I don't think there's a chance right now. Counter-Strike from Alarak goes out. Hog Wild through the Leoric gets the kill. Alarak goes down and loses all of his sadism. Oh, but the core still falls. It doesn't matter. GG, well played over to the side of ProBUs. They take the series overall 2-1.